Hello students, revise 30 important terminology from chapters 6 and 7 of class 11th biology from NCERT book. First, stomatal apparatus. Stomatal aperture, guard cells and surrounding subsidiary cells are together called as stomatal apparatus. Now next, root hairs and trichomes. Elongation of epidermal cells in roots, which are unicellular and help in absorption of water and minerals from soil are root hairs. While elongation of epidermal cells in shoot system, which are multicellular, branched or unbranched, stiff or soft, and help in preventing water loss due to transpiration, they are trichomes. Vascular bundles where cambium is present between xylem and phloem are open type of vascular bundles, and where cambium is absent are closed type of vascular bundles. Also, where xylem and phloem are arranged in alternate manner in different radii are radial vascular bundles, and if xylem and phloem jointly arranged in same radius are called conjoint vascular bundles. Next, epiblemma. Outermost layer of root is also called as epiblemma. Next, Casparian strips. The tangential and radial walls of endodermal cells in root, they have deposition of a waxy material suberin in the form of Casparian strips. You can see the diagram showing Casparian strips. Okay. Now next is stele. All tissues inner to endodermis including pericycle, number 2, vascular bundle and pith, they all together form stele. Starch sheath. In dicot stem, starch sheath is another name of endodermis which is rich in starch grains. Endark protoxylem is where protoxylem is present towards center and metaxylem is present towards outer side. While in exarch protoxylem, protoxylem is present towards periphery and metaxylem is present towards the center. Epidermis of upper surface of leaf is called adaxial epidermis, and epidermis of lower surface of leaf is called as abaxial epidermis. Between upper and lower epidermis of leaf is present mesophyll layer where cells have chloroplast. In dicot leaf, mesophyll is further divided into palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. Dicot leaf is also called dorsiventral leaf where abaxial or lower epidermis bears more stomata than adaxial or upper epidermis. Also, in dicot leaf, mesophyll is divided into palisade and spongy layer. Come to next, monocot leaf is called isobilateral leaf where both epidermis have stomata, and also mesophyll is not differentiated into palisade and spongy layer. Next, come to bulliform cells. In grasses, certain adaxial or upper epidermal cells are modified into large, empty and colorless cells called bulliform cells. Cold-blooded animals like frogs are called poikilotherms. Frogs go deep in burrows during summer and winters. In summer, it is called summer sleep or estivation, and in winter, it is called winter sleep or hibernation. Next, eyes of frogs are covered with a membrane called nictitating membrane. As frogs do not have eyelids, so nictitating membrane protects the eyes of frogs from water when frogs are in water. Next, in male frogs, vocal sacs and copulatory pads on first digit of forelimbs are present. Alimentary canal of frog is short because they are insectivorous or carnivorous animals. Frogs respire by buccal cavity. This type of respiration is called buccal respiration. When they respire with the help of skin, the respiration is called cutaneous respiration, and frogs also respire with the help of lungs, and this type of respiration is called as pulmonary respiration. But when they undergo winter or summer sleep, they respire only by skin. In heart of frog, special structures are present. One is sinus venosus, which is triangular structure and joins with right atrium. It receives blood from major veins, vena cava. Second structure is conus arteriosus. Ventricle opens into conus arteriosus on the ventral side of heart. Special venous connections between lower part of frog and kidney is called renal portal system, and special venous connection between intestine and liver is called as hepatic portal system. Frogs are ureotelic as they excrete urea. External ear is absent in frog, so eardrum or tympanum can be seen externally in frog. Next, mesorachium. It is a double fold of peritoneum by which testes are attached to kidneys in frog. Next, cloaca. It is a small chamber used to pass fecal matter, urine and sperms in male frogs, and fecal matter, urine and eggs in female frog. Next, Bidder's canal. It is found in kidney of male frog. It receives sperms from testes via vasa efferentia and transport them to cloaca through urinogenital tract. Last is metamorphosis, means changes that take place in tadpole to convert into an adult frog. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.